Hello YouTube, ValleyGirl5678 here, and it's time for another album review. Today we're going to be talking about this new project from jasmine.4.t, You Are the Morning. This is the debut album from singer-songwriter jasmine.4.t. It is fully produced by Julian Baker and Phoebe Bridgers, with some guest production from Lucy Dacus, so aka it's Boy Genius produced. Overall, this album is a collection of singer-songwriter and indie rock tracks about love, identity, and the little moments in life that add up to equal existence. There were a few singles released last year leading up to the full album release this year. The first one being track 2, Skin on Skin, which is a very well written and produced indie rock yearning track. The second single release was track 11, Elephant, which is my personal favorite track on the album. It's another great indie rock track. I honestly think it's the best track on the album lyrically. I love how she paints the very common and relatable yet nuanced phenomenon of having a crush and being around them and feeling that energy and tension. I also love how the song develops energetically into an almost choral-like outro. It really points to the almost like holiness of these types of feelings. The third and final single released last year was track 5, the title track, You Are the Morning, which is a bit more of a singer-songwriter type track compared to the previous two singles. I think the sentiment of You Are the Morning that she expands upon in the track is super sweet, obviously relates to this crush-like feeling that someone can feel like the morning in all of its freshness and brightness and hope. But it also seems like to me, in regards to it being the album title as well, a statement of trans liberation and joy and championing, which is really beautiful and important. The last track on the album, Woman, is a singer-songwriter ballad that much more explicitly speaks to this sentiment of trans liberation and beauty, and I think it was a really bold and beautiful and fitting choice making this the closing track of the album, an album ultimately about trans love and complexity. Interestingly, the track right before it, Transition, is an under a minute interlude full of whispery production effects that acts as a literal transition into the closing track, but also obviously speaks to transitioning. So it's a really beautiful detail that makes Woman that much more powerful. Track 3, Highfield, is a very poetic track that speaks to trans safety or lack thereof, unfortunately. The swelling instrumental bridge is very fitting with the emotional landscape of this song thematically. There are a couple tracks on the album that are on the shorter end. Track 6, Best Friend's House, very much works as a shorter track and is a really sweet, relatable friendship and sapphic track. I love the chorus lyrically. And then the other shorter track on the project, track 8, Tall Girl, is a more rock forward track that I think is slightly less effective as a shorter track and could have developed a bit more. I do love certain lyrical moments on the track, however, such as I see you every day you're all I see. There are a couple beautiful singer-songwriter ballads that are placed together on the project, tracks 9 and 10, New Shoes and Roan. New Shoes develops a bit more than Roan does, tapping into an emotionally expansive electric guitar and piano outro with beautiful harmonies and lyrics that very much complete the sentiment of the track. Honestly, New Shoes is probably my favorite track lyrically on the album. And then the next track, Roan, is a bit more of a classic ballad that is also beautifully written. The emotional imagery through the lyrical content is gorgeous, and it has some of my favorite vocal performances from Jasmine on the whole project. The opening track, Kitchen, is a beautifully written, sweet acoustic guitar cut that softly brings you into the singer-songwriter vibes of the album. Track 4, Breaking in Reverse, has melancholic sentiments with glimmers of hope that is also expressed through the instrumentation and production, which I really appreciate. Track 7, Guy Fawkes Tesco Disassociation, actually has a pretty substantial Phoebe feature. It's the most rock forward track on the album with a hint of country swag, if you will. The track is, however, probably my least favorite track lyrically on the album, although the lyrics definitely fit the title of the song and all of its chaos, so perhaps that's the point. Overall, this is a pretty great debut singer-songwriter project with some pretty good production from the boys, beautiful lyrical moments and sentiments, some really vulnerable vocal performances from Jasmine, and generally some pretty refreshing vibes from a newcomer on the indie scene that I am very excited to hear more from. I'm going to give this album a 7. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and remember to subscribe. Follow me on Spotify, Instagram, and TikTok. Yeah, apparently it never went away. All linked below in the description. Stay happy, healthy, and safe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!